Hello, I'm Denise, and I have your readings all ready, but I wanted to give you a heads up and let you know that you may want to check out the other readings that would cover your moon and your ascendant, as well as your sun. That way you have a bigger perspective over the opportunities coming your way for the month. Okay, let's get started. Okay, happy spring to Leo. This first week here is going to cover the week of March 29th to April 4th. And I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Okay. And so what we have here, so for the theme for the week is the Two of Swords. So that's about making decisions. It's going to be a week of making decisions. A week of exercising your free will to create what it is that you want in your life, living within the confines of this human experience that we're all inhabiting from. It's not where you really come from. You come from the divinest, the purest divine realms of the universe. Yeah, but you've chosen to bring your spirit down here onto, we've all chosen to bring our spirit down here into physical matter so that we may get our lessons quicker and to help each other out, to be mirrors for each other, which, I see in the Lover's card. I see relationships as always being mirrors. But anyway, let's get on with the reading. And so the beginning of the week, there's something that is it's been painful. There's a bit of a painful ending, but even though it's no fun going through it, of course, there's always the clear skies on the horizon. The sun is always coming up, right? And it's an opportunity to let go of what just is not working anymore at all. And you have no other choice but to just, move in the other direction. Maybe somebody has betrayed you. Maybe something you put your heart and soul into just isn't working anymore and you had to walk away. But for some reason or another, there's an ending here. But this ending will lead us into the experience of being more in tune with your own authority, to understanding that deeper place within that gets to call the shots for your own life. So let's say somebody betrayed us terribly to the point that we can no longer be in a relationship with them. We walk away and we say, okay, well, that's your choice, but here's what I'm going to create in my reality based on that experience. And you use the painful experience as a stepping stone to see a broader perspective and move forward. Now, that doesn't mean to negate or to evade any, heartache or pain that you may need to process, to be done with it. Because if we don't process it, we just carry it into the next relationship or the next situation that will inevitably create it again because we didn't fully process it from the past. So you always want to make sure that you process your painful endings, and then you'll have, the closure that you need. And then you can move on and really create something that is stable. This is a card, the Emperor is a card of leadership. It's the card that rules, the loving. It can be controlling if you're not careful with that energy, but the loving father. It's definitely of inner authority, fatherhood, protection. A stable home to live in. It's all of those types of energy. And so you're moving away from something painful, working towards creating, your stable space, or retreating to your stable space and going, hey, you know what, this is This is my place. I'm in my authority. I'm in my leadership, and I will make decisions to move me into greater love, into a relationship that really honors me, or a business partnership, or some type of a contractual, type of exchange of heartfelt energy and passion. And then from there, you're literally like, beating your own drum with all the passion you have in your life. So towards the end of the week, there may be an opportunity to really decide and really understand what it is that you would love in your life. And there may be, actual physical person that you're face to face with that opens your eyes in a whole new way, or you can take the blindfold off and you can move forward and go, hey, life can actually be fun. That's what the Knight of Wands is all about, going for it. It's the card of going for it, and working your inner passions, putting them out into the world. It's definitely a very extroverted type of energy and consciousness, and it's up to you how you use it, how you put yourself out into the world, or just go for it in your own life, even if you use that passion in an introverted way, as to, like, I don't know, maybe you write a book. It's all very creative energy. The Emperor and the Knight of Wands are very, very, it's fiery energy, and it's very creative energy. So I think it's a beautiful week to start the month out with, but it looks like, starting off, like the very last couple days here of March are not easy, but very releasing. Okay. All right, I'll be right back with your second week. This week is covering April 5th through the 11th, and our theme for the week is the World card. That's fantastic. So I love that the Leo card, the card of strength, is here in this spread for the week, as well as the High Priestess and the Fool. We have 4 of the major arcana cards, so that it tells me it's a big, big week for you Leos. So the theme, back to the theme, is the world. So this is about your accomplishments, your creative self-expressions being accomplished, your creative self-expressing yourself however you do creatively in the world, may be recognized this week. And if it's not recognized entirely, or incredibly, to an incredible amount by the outer world, there's something in your life, in your inner world, that you're definitely feeling like, okay, it's come full circle. I think I'm done. I really not sure I can do any more. Like, you've given it your best, you've given it your all, and your inner strength has brought you to this place. So that's a really, really good good card for the entire week. It'd be a good card for a person's entire lifetime, right? So, okay, the beginning of the week, we have the 3 of Cups. So that card holds the energy and consciousness of brotherhood and sisterhood and celebrating life together, in following our guiding stars, knowing that we're held in a web of love, that is the natural mold of our existence, that it is created in a state of love. That is the true web of the universe that we're in. And who knows how many other universes are out there in the universe of universes that are also in that state of love. And just to know that you are always going to have friends. Leo is so much about giving and receiving open-heartedly, and to know that your friends will always be there with you. The universe will guide you, and one of the other deeper meanings to the Leo card, to the Strength card in the Major Arcana, is that because of souls and intention and intensity to go within and to get to know yourself. It's kind of like that saying of, like, know thyself and the universe will open. That's where the real strength comes from. Like, see the, we've got the Leo lion over here on the right, and the infinity symbol that's up here. That is a really, really beautiful way of looking at life, in that the universe is infinite and open, and there's nothing in the world that is ever, it doesn't ever have to be seen as a limitation. If you follow your heart, that any problem can be seen as just a process that you went through in order to come more into touch with your gentle heart. How we have the beautiful lamb here, and it's so, to me, the card on the deeper meaning is the inner strength. It's all about inner strength, because without inner strength, outer strength doesn't really matter. It does to the level of degree of like a physical accomplishment, being able to handle something that takes great physical strength. But without that person always, or also understanding their inner strength, they'll always feel a little bit, like there's something more that they need to discover about themselves, about who they truly are. Because we all have inner strength. We just need to work to get to it. And we get to it through our loving, open-hearted loving and life experiences. And as we've done that, every time we've done that, we take another, spiral, circular in to the beauty of the way life can be. And it's quite an accomplishment. Now, moving towards the end of the week, we have the High Priestess and the Fool. So, to me, the High Priestess is always about going inside and taking your cues from within. You're really connecting deeply. So here we are, connected to our heart and coming full circle into some area of our life. And we get to come inside and go, okay, let's integrate this. Let's ask our higher self. Let's ask our divine core. Let's ask our cosmic intelligence, divine intelligence within, now what to do. And maybe that there's nothing to do other than just to bask in your inner wisdom for a while. But with the Fool here, I think that it's saying, okay, now we have a new adventure that we can go on. Now we have a new way of moving through life that we can, we have sisterhood, brotherhood. We have our siblings here. We have our tribe. we have that love in our life that we can truly, truly celebrate. And then that gives us even more inner strength, because, when you have the camaraderie and the love of the people around you, it is a place of strength, and it does open the world in a whole new way. And then, but to always come inside and be with yourself while you're integrating and asking for more guidance. The guidance is always within. And from there, there's just the world of infinite possibilities. And that's what I see here in the Fool card, where there's, see how there's a cosmic, cosmic web down there. If the person were to fall backwards into this water, it looks to me like the universe has their back. That's a message I always get from this card. So, yeah, and to honor Gabrielle Bernstein for her deck. She has a wonderful deck called The Universe Has Your Back. I love that deck. But notice here how this gal, she's holding a crystal, and it's like, the light all around is charging it, and the light is within her. And she's ready for a new adventure. She's ready to reinvent herself. She's ready to, this person is ready to just jump into life in a whole new way. So, yeah, what a wonderful week. I look forward to hearing how it went for you guys. Okay, I'll be right back with the second week. This week we'll cover April 12th through the 18th. And the theme for the week looks like a lot of fast-moving energy here with the Eight of Wands. And I promise you, I shuffled the deck really, really well. And it pulled the Strength card again, which I know we had in last week's reading. And the Knight of Wands, I can't remember if it was in last week's or the weeks before, but I know that energy is there. So this week, I love how it starts out. So it could be like Sunday through Saturday here. So this could be the weekend finishes off with a beautiful, oneness in your relationships, in your community. It's the card of the energy and consciousness of just open-hearted love for life, and especially people in your family community, your friends. It really doesn't get much better than that. It's the card of having just loving relationships and feeling very, very satisfied and happy. And of course, the Strength card is your card. That's Leo rules this card. And so again, it's the inner strength that you carry that will get you through anything. And that following your inner guidance, your inner creative spirit that wants to shine, wants to give, wants to love, wants to, be in the state of love. And being very gentle with yourself and loving yourself through any situation that life may bring you. And you're surrounded with love. So I believe that this energy will bring good news. This week will bring good news to you and help you even carry more, of your passions out into the world. The Knight of Wands has everything to do with just being your spontaneous, real self. Putting your love out there, putting whatever really, fires you up. It's a very fiery card. And check out the horseback here going, hey, let's go. So yeah, it's this week is definitely about having the love that you are mirrored back to you in relationship, and the inner strength and the fast-moving energy coming in. Something comes in quickly to bring you through. And then at the end of the week, there is some adjustment, some restructuring. The Tower card can be challenging. Let me see if I can get it in the light here a little bit more. It's like the lightning bolt that comes in. It's Uranian type of energy that changes something that you thought was really stable and solid. It changes it really quickly and shatters, something. But I've always gotten this card whenever I had, some kind of remodeling going on in my home, or I was actually doing the work myself. It's the type of energy where you're completely restructuring, sometimes from the ground up as well. But it doesn't have to be a scary card at all. Now, sometimes it can take you by surprise. We do have the element of the unexpected here, so that's a real possibility. But it can be a good surprise. It can be a very, very good surprise. And so I don't want to leave you hanging with that energy for the rest of, for the weekend and until the next week. So I pulled another card, and it's, oh goodness, hold on, let me see if I can find, yeah, here we are. It's from this deck, Colette Baron Reed's, here we go, Spirit Animal Oracle. Yeah, okay. So, and I pulled this card. It's the Squirrel Spirit. Squirrels are all about gathering and planting, right? They run around and they get acorns, and then they plant them in the forest, and they lots of times forget that where they planted them, and then there a tree will grow. They are the tree planters of the animal kingdom, or one of the tree planters. So, but the message here is to believe in yourself. And if you see the font there, it's kind of small, but believe in yourself. And that's what Leo energy is all about. With the Strength card here, believe in yourself. Trust your heart. As long as you're in your heart and you're moving through life from your heart, That's the greatest strength anybody can have. It's a courageous strength. You know, it takes a lot of courage to live from your heart and to put your heart out there, put your love out there. It's a vulnerable way to live. I understand that very well. So this week is definitely about living in love and putting that out there. And if it changes things in a miraculous way, that would be wonderful. And if some things change in a way that, because the Tower card is all about change, it doesn't matter how it changes, because you always have yourself. You always can fall back on yourself, and you can always believe in yourself to carry you through anything, no matter what it is. You just love yourself through the situation and you'll be good. Okay, I'll be right back with the next week. Okay, Leo, this week will be this spread will be for the week of April 19th to the 25th. And the theme we have for the week is the Four of Wands. So we're talking about celebration. It can often be weddings or some other type of an event that you come together with a community of people. It's definitely a challenging situation for what we're going through at this time. With all over the planet. Some of us in some states are in kind of a bit of a public lockdown, or what do we call it, self-isolation, or distancing, social distancing. So it may be that it's on a smaller scale for this month, everyone for this month, but definitely for this week, it doesn't matter how many people it's about, there's a connection here. There's a connectedness to other people that I want you to hold fast to for the whole week. Now, the beginning of the week, there's a little bit of challenge to stay balanced and, juggle all the responsibilities that are in your life, or juggle, everything that's on your plate. So just to do your best to, I always find for myself that it's easy to stay balanced when I have a lot going on. It's easier to stay balanced if I take really good care of myself. Like, don't skip meals. Don't let yourself get less sleep than you need. Make sure you're taking your vitamins or you're eating in a way that gives you all the nourishment that you need. Of course, and rest and sunshine and, a little bit of sunshine, fresh air, so, even if you have to go out with an umbrella, because of your skin, that's fine, or tons of sunblock, that's fine, but get out in the fresh air. All the things that you do to keep yourself happy and balanced, like in nature. Because, this card can definitely be about working too hard, or there's just a lot coming to you from the outside world that you may not be able to stay balanced, to have your point of equilibrium with all of that going on. So that's one of the factors in the beginning of the week. Now, with the Four of Cups, there's something that you're not really into. There's something, and maybe it's because there's too much going on. You're having to figure out, what do I really care about? There's a bit of, oh darn, I just don't really care about that. I really want to focus on something else, or it's a time to figure out what it is that you really want, again. And it could be that you're invited to something, to some type of an event, but you're a little challenged as to, do I actually want to go? Do I actually have the time? Would it throw me out of balance? Would it be a good idea based on, what we're going through globally, on the planet? And would it be good for my health to go out in public, or to go in, to a group experience? It could be that type of an, situation, opportunity to decide on for some of you. But towards the end of the week, or, this could definitely play out as a theme for the whole week. It has to do with figuring out which direction to go for you, what it is that you actually do truly want, and knowing that you can create anything that you want and not to worry about it. The Nine of Swords is a card of worrying, fretting, But also, I would always draw this card if I got a headache, and it would confirm, yeah, you have a headache. And my question would always be, okay, what is it? What did I eat? What did I do? If I not got enough water, why the headache? And it definitely helped me fine tune my diet and figure out all the ridiculous chemicals that they put in foods. And there's certain, I just pretty much can't eat anything packaged or processed because I can't trust it. So I live and learn. So this card could have to do with insomnia, headaches, regret, but I see it as, worrying, just worrying and fretting. But notice here, check out the white dove or the white, I don't know if these are, I suppose these are crows. I see crows as, being part of the animal kingdom that are just messengers, as, maybe spiritual law, maybe they are of spiritual law. But check out the white one up there that says, hey, no matter what you're going through, no matter how bleak it seems, things can change as soon as the sun comes up. It's definitely like nighttime energy here. Not sure like what to do, or it's that type of thing. It could be that type of energy, where you work so hard, especially with the other cards here, that you've been working so hard, and you're not sure if you're going the right way, and you're running into situations where you just can't put your heart and soul into it. And you really want a different experience where you're more connected. And so you're trying to go in that direction. But you've been working so hard, you couldn't really go there during the day. And then nighttime comes and you're like, oh, God, it could be that. So for some of you. So let me know how it goes. But to take heart, and no matter what, don't worry too much, because if you're worrying, that's energy that's just going in the wrong direction. If you're worrying, you could take all that energy and put it into focusing on what you really want, which is what this card is about. So I think that this card is just saying, focus on what you want, let go of the worry, and just do your best. Stay connected with those that you love, focus on what you want, let go of the worry. And that'll bring you full circle back into your natural Leo loving self. Leo creative loving self. Okay, I'll be back with what will be the last week. Okay, this will cover the last week of April, so the 26th through what possibly may be all the way to the first couple of days of May. And our theme is the temperance. So that energy and consciousness is all about trusting in the universe, trusting in your divine self, your divine core, to bring down onto earth more of your spirit with every breath, to honor your soul substance that is always healing, always clearing, always, sometimes it brings forward the past that can be, painful, but it's always an opportunity to come back into balance and transform, transmute whatever does not work. Old ways of being, old ways of thinking about the way, who you are and the way life works, through you. All of those things can transform and change into the truth through the love and truth. I mean, love and truth are the same consciousness. So being inside of the truth of who you are and putting that out into the world is transformative, not only for yourself and your life, but also this entire universe. In fact, this universe is not complete without you. So honoring that is extremely important. So the beginning of the week, we have so I'm noticing again we have 3 major arcanas. It's like this is a really big month for you guys. But with the Wheel of Fortune, we have the energy and consciousness of putting ourselves, making the choices, because we're dealing with the law of cause and effect here, and putting ourselves out into the world in a way that you're willing to risk who you really are. You're willing to take responsibility. It's primarily a card of self-responsibility, knowing that you are the creator of your own life and that you can always make adjustments. Sometimes you're at the top of the wheel and sometimes you're sideways and sometimes you're at the bottom going, oh darn, what did I do? Okay, how do I change this? How do I fix it? How do I heal this? What's really going on? So it's that cycle of life. It's that inward process of spiraling in and picking up pieces of yourself that you had lost, prior to, I would say, prior to this lifetime. So I think it's all a bit of, like a soul retrieval, soul, healing, stitching up pieces of yourself that weren't entirely available to you, because of either trauma or, just soul wounding is a very, real thing that every human carries. And it's, it's in our bodies, it's in our consciousness, it's in our belief systems. It's a lot of times in our unconsciousness that we have to work through, which is what the Leo card, the Strength card, is all about, is being completely aware of your unconsciousness. And at the highest levels of light, when you get there, you are no longer, and can't say that anybody can do this in one lifetime, but when you finally get there, you're no longer unconscious, unaware of aspects of yourself, and you no longer judge yourself harshly because you know that anything can be healed. So the beginning of the week is about making choices to no longer be so defended, to no longer feel like you have to defend yourself, but it's been a long, hard haul. It's been a lot of work, and you're not going to give up. You're never going to give up on yourself. You're never going to give up on those that you love, unless, of course, they've been abusive to you. Then they're gone. They need to be out of your life. But you're always healing and balancing out that soul substance, and you're not going to ever stop working on yourself that way. I mean, Leos are very, very courageous. I love all the Leos in my life. I have several in my life with Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. So it's a really beautiful energy to be with, because it has to do with just open-hearted loving and giving and honest, courageous self-expression. So, I mean, to me, that's, pretty much everything. It's like loving and honoring who each other, who we see reflecting in the mirror of love back to those that we love, who they really are, is a really beautiful thing to give. And that's how I see Leos a lot of time. That's just, of course we can have, different experiences of that energy and consciousness where there's some arrogance or there's some pride, some unhealthy pride. But we can heal anything, and they will eventually get to that pure state of loving and that divine will within, the inner will. The Strength card, to me, also on another level, is about honoring your inner will, not your outer will. It doesn't come from your mind. It doesn't come from your mind or any outside source that says you should be this way, or this is how you should live your life, or anything that dictates anything less than your own inner authority. Your inner strength is about your own inner authority, and nobody can tell you how to live your life. So with that being, what a beautiful way to end the month, and to move into May, where you're balancing out. The temperance is also about having that patience to go within, go in and out, go in and out, just keep working it. We all have the light and the shadow. The sun always comes up in the morning, and then we always goes down at night, and we have those polarities that we're always dealing with. We have the soul substance within inside of us, the spiritual fluids that heal, that is who we really are. We always have that spiritual, essence within. And we're working with that, and we're learning to express it into the world on a greater level, and carrying that forward. Having more self-confidence is going to pay off. Being with your just naturally loving self that says, I can do it. I can do it, and I can help others do it. And this may very well be a friend that comes in and is with you and mirrors all of these aspects to you. Those types of experiences in life are always just so wonderful to have. So, okay, well, that's it. I want you to take really good care, and I am looking forward to next month. And please remember to like if you liked the videos, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any videos for next month. All right, I'll see you next time.